Hello everyone and welcome to Toonhounds, your fortnightly foray into all things animated. I'm Rich and with me as always is the T1000 to my T100, the
What are the? I can't think of the names of any of the characters in Predator.
What
What were they named? What was his name? What was Arnie's name in Predator?
Dutch.
Dutch. That was it.
Dutch
yeah.
to my Bennett. No, Bennett is Commando, isn't it? Let off some steam, Bennett. Yeah. What's his name? Something. You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Dylan. The Dylan
Christ.
to my Dutch. There we go. Totally seamless intro there. It's Spivsy.
Hello. I haven't watched
Hello.
Predator in like 20 years.
I watched it about 3 months or so ago, I think. I'm really
Quite
bad
recent.
with time. Like I always say to Rachel, you know, we've watched that recently, and she looks, and it's like, we watched it 5 years ago. Yeah. But it still holds up. I still struggle a little bit with the misogynistic jokes that the guy with the glasses tells, and Bane and his F slur. But apart from that, Predator is a really good film.
It is a film from the 1980s.
Yes, but it's great. It's like one of those perfect encapsulated action films, right?
I do feel, though, that Predator is one of those movies where you can watch it once and then you're kind of fine.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't think it's a repeat viewing movie, but I feel the same way about Back to the Future, and nobody agrees with me on that.
Yeah, you're
I feel
wrong.
like you've seen it once, like you've seen it. But
you're wrong. That's a perfect movie. We showed
that's
Evan
why
that
you don't have to
recently.
watch it any more times, because it's perfect. You watch it once, you get the whole package.
But I'm surprised at that by you, because you are a collector of film.
Yes, yeah. I've got the Back to the Futures on Blu-ray, but
Okay, but you've
I think
never watched them.
I watched them once, and then I watched the special features, and then I never really took shit again.
Fair enough. I think 2 is. I mean, it's Back to the Future was like hampered big time by the whole Crispin Glover thing, right? And they had to rewrite 2 and 3, and it's just 2 and 3 are a bit of a mess.
Yeah, 2's a strange movie.
2's 2 movies in one.
Yeah.
I actually like the doubling over and going back and trying to help original Marty in 55 go while another Marty is there. I think that's quite fun. But that should have been the third movie, and 2 should have been the future.
Yeah.
Should have been entirely the future.
2 should have been the future. Yeah.
But the future is terrible.
Yeah.
Like the whole everything about that the future is awful. Like the bit where I love the casually introduced Marty flies off the handle if you call him chicken. That was never never addressed in the first movie. You can tell like it's just like they feel like 2 sequels from a completely different franchise almost. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about
we could one day talk about the Back to the Future, because they do have an animated series.
And it's fucking awful.
It is.
It hasn't got Marty in at all, has it?
We could watch the Back to the Future series with the Bill and Ted cartoon.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. 80s throwback episode. But today, we're doing a different kind of 80s throwback cartoon. We're doing Arnold Schwarzenegger Productions without Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is slightly erroneous.
Yeah. I don't know if it's entirely true.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. But we are talking Terminator Zero and Predator Killer of Killers. That was, I accidentally put, because I stuttered slightly, an extra killer in there. It's not Predator Killer of Killers. It's Predator Killer of Killers.
Predator, killer, comma, of killers.
Let's talk about Terminator Zero first.
Terminator Zero. It was an anime, which I wasn't expecting it to be an anime. I mean, it's sort of an anime. It's more like an American anime, it feels like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt like a lot of this was it was like the idea of an anime rather than being an anime. It was directed by the guy who did the character designs for Bleach. So
really?
Yeah, so it's not, completely, far away from an anime production. But it was alright, wasn't it?
I felt like that.
Yeah,
it's typical Skydance.
Yeah.
You know, anything produced by Skydance is sort of like a bastardization of anything you love. Because of the whole, it's Abrams, isn't it? Skydance,
or is he's the robot one, isn't he?
I thought Bad Robot was Joss Whedon.
I thought Bad Robot was J.J. Abrams.
Well, let's do a quick. I'll do a quick check. Skydance, Marty Ross. Oh, okay, maybe not. They did like Altered Carbon.
Yeah, Foundation. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, maybe not. It's not J.J. Abrams.
I don't think
it's Goya.
Oh.
It's David S. Goya.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, well, that's just nearly as bad. But I find like with Skydance productions, they're always like a sort of version of something else, right? Because wasn't... No, that might be Bad Robot. Forget I even started that sentence.
You just really want to talk about J.J. Abrams.
I'm in one of those moods where I want to bash someone. But this is... So let's talk about Terminator as a franchise first.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of Terminator 1, 2, and Dark Fate.
I after a while, I start to forget which ones are which because they started using subtitles instead of numbered titles. Is Dark Fate the one where Arnie is in it, but he is a Terminator who went back in time and killed John Connor on a beach?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that one is good. I do enjoy that one.
And he has, after he completed his mission, because you can't travel back in time, you can only go. You can only time travel once because you don't have the equipment. He realised, I've succeeded in my programming, and then started to grow. And he's got a wife and a stepson or stepdaughter. And he started like a carpet cleaning company or something like that. Yeah,
I like that sort of thing in movies. I like the robot who is becoming human. It's very I can't think what the word is, where it's like it's something for them to strive for rather than it being the the murder kill sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's a very 2020s reboot idea, I feel.
Yeah. I like that because obviously you had to address the fact that Arnie was getting older. Because he can't play the same Terminator like he was CGI'd in that terrible Christian Bale Terminator film.
Genesis.
No, that's the one after that. That's even worse. With
I didn't know they'd made so many of them.
Yeah, there was. So you had Terminator 1, obviously. Great. Terminator
Classic.
2 Judgment Day, classic.
Yeah.
Terminator 3 was the one where John Connor was older, and you had Christina Loken, who was the Terminator who had come back to kill him. Then you had the Christian Bale one, which was John Connor in the future with Bryce Dallas Howard. I don't
think I've seen that one.
It's not good. It's on Netflix, but it's not good. And they have to go... He has to get Kyle Reese in... He has to save Kyle Reese and send him back, I think, in the same film. Yeah. Then you've got...
that was Terminator Salvation and then Genesis.
Yes. Then you've got Genesis, which is 20 minutes of really good movie because it almost remakes part of Terminator 1 and 2. But... the T-100 has come back earlier in time and got Sarah Connor as before the events of Terminator 1.
Yeah.
So he started to train her earlier, and it's what's her face from Game of Thrones, Daenerys. I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either. Yeah. I want to say it begins with an E, but I don't know.
Emilia Clarke. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. She cannot act. She's really bad in it. And the film falls apart after 20 minutes. It's just incredibly boring. And then you've got Dark Fate, which is the one with Mackenzie Davis as the sort of like enhanced human. So she's been enhanced with technology, and she's trying to save the next leader of the rebellion after John Connor was killed after the events of Terminator 2. I like that one. I think it's really good.
Yeah, Dark Fate's fun. Yeah, I like Dark Fate. I think they did a TV show as well at one point, but
with Summer Glau and Lena Headey. Headey?
Yeah,
Headey, isn't it? Headey. That was good at the time, but I think hasn't aged very well.
Yeah.
But But there's as many shit Terminator products as there are good products.
Oh yeah,
I think it's
absolutely.
like the Alien thing all over again, right?
Yeah.
Can't leave a franchise alone.
Yeah.
Although I feel like Alien, at least, even some of the worst films have some redeeming qualities to them. I think Terminator, some of the worst films are genuinely some of the worst films made.
Yeah, I find it interesting that when there's a movie company that makes tons of sequels to something, a lot of the times it'll be more bad ones than good over the course of the franchise, unless it's a horror movie. In which case, the movies that are bad, you're still like, oh, but it's still pretty good.
Well, it's that old horror film thing as well. Is that like there's very rarely a boring horror film made.
Yeah,
even the shit ones, because they are steeped in the supernatural, are kind of still fun.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of like movie franchises which have had loads of sequels, and all the ones I can think of are either Fast and Furious or horror movies. And the horror movie ones, I'm thinking of like Nightmare on Elm Street and the Halloween series, Scream, all those ones. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, there aren't any like Friday the 13th movies where I think I wouldn't want to watch that again, because all of them have something in them that make them fun to watch.
Yeah, even the Final Destination films, I'm kind of like, you're not watching for the story in those sorts of films. You are watching for the interesting ways in which, Jason gets you in a sleeping bag and slams you into a tree.
Yeah.
Like, that always stuck with me as being one of the worst ones. Like, that is horrific.
I saw on Reddit, it was on a subreddit about describing films badly. And somebody put on it something like white teenagers are killed for being too woke. And it was Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's really good. We have been talking for 12 minutes. We haven't even talked about a cartoon yet.
Yeah, sort of.
We're sort of. Right, okay, let's talk about Terminator Zero.
Terminator Zero. I don't know why it's called Terminator Zero, to be honest.
I don't know why it's called Terminator Zero. It should have been called Terminator Tokyo.
Yeah, something like that. Terminator Tokyo Drift. Yeah.
Because it feels like it's trying to be Terminator 2, but plus it's set in Japan.
Yeah. This is one of my things with the Terminator films. I'm assuming there is some in-universe reason for it.
What?
That they always go back in time to the 1990s, or at some point after the 1990s when all of this Skynet stuff has already started. And I just think, why don't you go back like to the 1950s? And kill them when they're like a child.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, why don't they make a Terminator movie where he goes to the Old West? That would be sick.
I mean, that's one of the things that Predator does. Predator Killer of Killers. I did it again. Killer of Killers. That's one thing that Predator does that I quite enjoy. That's the bit about that production I do enjoy, because it's like taking everything Predator out of the standard settings and putting it in new settings.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. Terminator, I always got the feeling that it's like Skynet could only send you back a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
It could send you 20 years or something like that. Anything more than that, perhaps it's like the perfect time to send something back without influencing anything else that could compromise Skynet's primary function.
Because in this, they do mention that they have to go back as soon as possible because it's a branching timeline. So maybe if you go too far back in the branching timeline, you end up in a different timeline.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's one of those things that scientifically doesn't make a hell of a lot of sense.
The timeline in Terminator is just an absolute mess.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like Terminator, in a way, is a film about there being no point in trying to save things, because every attempt that they make just makes things worse, and they have to come up with new solutions. It's like everything they do is put in a plaster on a axe wound. Which
that's why the end of Terminator 3 was quite different. I mean, they don't stop Skynet, and at the end of Terminator 3. Judgment Day happens, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's where they're going with it. And the film was pretty boring, but actually that's a good way to end that movie, and then they don't do anything with it. And then they
go to another timeline. Yeah.
But
very weird. I bet there is somebody who has made like timeline, graphs,
like a Zelda timeline.
Yeah,
and it's just completely off the wall. This is weird. I don't really get why this exists.
I don't either. It's got to have just been they saw other franchises getting new reboots and thought, we need to do something with Terminator. It's been 5 years since Dark Fate. We're not doing anything with it. Yeah, we probably released a couple of comics, but that's it. Nobody really cares. I think they re-released the soundtrack to the Sega CD version of the Terminator game on vinyl, and they needed some more cash. So
that's a good soundtrack, that one.
It is. It's great. But did you notice all the times in the first episode of Terminator Zero where they tried to put the little riff in?
Yeah. It was
constantly.
But it was they put the first bit of the riff in and then riff, and then they put the second bit, and then they put an ending bit in, and it was like, just play the song if you want to play the song.
Like, there was some typing on a keyboard, and it was typing going do 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 do.
I feel so that it's worth saying that the story is kind of split into two in these first 3 episodes, with the story happening in the future, the far-flung future of 2022, and
I like that.
and the present in Tokyo, where Malcolm Lee, the most boring name ever for the most boring man ever, is developing an AI that is competing with Skynet.
The worst father that we've seen in a while.
He's awful.
He's terrible.
He's awful.
Everybody apart from the kids in this are just awful people. Like with what's her name? The one who goes from the Aiko. Yeah. Aiko. Where she comes from the future. I get that it's the paranoia from living in like the future that she lives in. But in practice, when she goes back to the present, she's so just antagonistic to everybody.
Yeah.
That I didn't want her to win.
Yeah, she hasn't got, because it's I find it quite a common thing in anime inspired or anime products, in that because everyone's emotions are so heightened to like 15 out of 10, that some of the nuance is kind of lost sometimes, and I feel like the trauma of her past you get with Kyle Reese. Michael Biehn is a good enough actor that quite underrated actually for the roles he's been in as well, that you get that he is suffering from PTSD, and the reason he is a dick sometimes is also because he's a soldier. He's treating Sarah Connor like a soldier. Aiko is dealing with children and being hideous to them, even though whoever that was in the future that she was protecting, did I miss something? Is it a partner? Is it a sister? Is it a kid? It's someone who's slightly younger than her. I didn't even know if it was supposed to be a child or an adult, which is slightly like a problem when you're watching something. But the protection that she has demonstrated in the future, the protective sort of family member, older partner, that is gone when she comes back to the past. Yeah, and
there was this thing where she was treating everybody in the past like they should know who she is and what she's doing.
There was no explanation.
No.
Do you know what would have been slightly better for me? If we had have seen in the future, so I'm already starting with the punch-up, so you can tell that I'm wholly unsatisfied with this programme. If we had have seen, as well as the bits of her fighting the Terminator, which were the best parts of the 3 episodes. If we had have seen her parents abandon her to save themselves from the Terminator when she was a kid, and she somehow got
like
free.
That, then it does feel like we're missing part of her backstory to give us the context for why she was acting the way she did.
And it's worth saying that we watched 3 episodes. We didn't do an Arcane with this. On that, by the way, I watched the other 2 episodes of Arcane much better as a 3 than as a 1. Much, much better. But, and I did find out from Malanite that the 3 episodes were actually released on Netflix as a 3, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So, but then edit them together and make them one.
Yeah, please.
But like with this, I feel like we watched 3 episodes and I could probably sum up what happened in about 2 sentences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing really progressed, did it?
Yeah, Malcolm Lee is building an AI.
Yep, to compete with Skynet, because he's having future visions of the future.
Yeah.
Of Judgment Day, August 29th, 1997.
Yeah. He's got a housekeeper who is looking after his 3 children because his wife died. His wife died in the Tokyo sarin gas attacks.
Yeah.
I thought that is an insane thing to like bring up. I thought, you could have made something up. You didn't need to like invoke an actual real life terrorist attack. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's ballsy.
Yeah.
It's pretty ballsy. What's happening with the housekeeper Misaki? Is she a Terminator?
I think there is something going on with her. I think she's got to be something.
She bled and she freaked out about it. And then when she was in the mirror, she had weird lines in her skin, like Mackenzie Davis from Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah, but I wasn't sure, was that an artistic style for it being an anime, or is that something we're meant to be looking at? Like, I wasn't really sure. They do mention that she came from a fishing village and she's got a fear of blood.
Bullshit.
The 2 things that we know about her. Which, yeah.
Bullshit. I think Misaki is the unactivated version of the AI that Malcolm has created.
Maybe.
That's what I was getting from it.
Yeah. I wondered if Misaki is the prophet from the future.
Oh!
But I don't know if the ages line up, because the prophet in the future looks like she's about 1 million years old and Misaki's only like 22.
But I suppose the white hair and stuff could be attributed to stress or something like that.
Yeah. She did look a bit too old for it to be her, though. But I also thought that the prophet from the future might be Aiko.
Yeah.
But I might watch more and find some stuff out about it.
Yeah,
it's nice. It is quite nice to not know. It's to have
it's
the
engaging.
Speculation. Yeah,
I think the thing is, it's engaging with its mystery. I think the problem is, it feels like a first draft of something. That we watched 3 episodes and not much happened.
I was wondering if I watched it in Japanese with the subtitles, it might be better, because I was getting a bit distracted by the voice acting, because I don't think the voice acting was that good.
No, the only 2 people that were good was Rosario Dawson, who played Kokoro, the AI, and Timothy Oliphant as the Terminator, who I thought was quite good.
Yeah. Which makes sense, because they're like the biggest names in production.
Yeah. He's very good at a robot voice. He was one of my only consistently good characters in Alien Earth. Which
did you watch all of that?
Fell apart. Yeah.
Oh, really?
The last episode is one of the most infuriatingly stupid episodes of TV I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's not coming from a place of like, there's a lot of people I've seen complain about it are like, oh, Wendy, the main character, is the epitome of Mary Sue. And it's like, oh, fuck off with that shit again. It's like 2025. We're not still complaining about Ray, are we? But there's just some really silly decisions.
Yeah, that's a shame.
This is what you get when you create a TV series and then Disney Plus forces you to put Alien in it.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be an alien show.
No, absolutely not. It's nothing alien apart from the alien.
Yeah.
there was a few bits in the last episode that made me really laugh, like that were supposed to be really dramatic, and I burst out laughing.
That's funny.
Yeah, and up until episode 5, I thought the series was really good. Really good is probably a stretch. Like, intriguing enough, and just like you can tell a lot of money has been spent on it. But I don't understand like putting kids in robot bodies. I just think that's such a stupid idea. Making adults act like kids.
I have noticed that with a lot of those sorts of shows, it is up to episode 5 where it starts to fall apart. Because episodes 1 to 5 are the ones they send out to people for early review copies.
Yeah.
So they're the ones they want people to see, and then they apparently just like phone it in for the last three or four episodes.
I think people who write TV shows need to understand that a three act structure also applies to a TV series.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got like nothing happening nothing happening that makes sense in your second act, you've got to address that. You can't just aimlessly ramble on until the third act.
Yeah.
It's just one of the robots, one of the hybrids at one point decides she's pregnant,
right.
even though she's a kid. And it's like, it doesn't go anywhere. It didn't come from anywhere. And it's like, you can imagine someone in a writing room thinking, what if this kid thinks she's pregnant? And it's like, dear Lord, why?
You know, there's a lot of pregnancy-related horror in the Alien franchise. We should put some of that into our to our series. It's meant to be about Alien.
Yeah, especially because they introduced a load of aliens. You could have had one that had literally impregnated her and she didn't know.
Yeah.
Why don't if you want to go with that angle, go with it. But nothing comes from it. It almost feels like this is the perfect analogy for the horse design. A camel is a horse designed by committee, right?
Yeah.
It was a mess. It was a mess. It needed, like so many things, it needed someone else to do a second run through it.
Yeah. Well, Terminator Zero, I think, wasn't quite. I don't think it was quite a mess.
No, it's not a mess, but it just needed some pace.
Yeah. It's I got the intention it was meant to be a movie, and then it got split down into being an 8-episode series, so they had to put in a lot of
extra.
Extra crap that wasn't really necessary. Also, earlier on, I said that the kids weren't that bad as characters. That was a lie. There was only one good child character, Hero. The other two, Kenta and Reika, they were terrible. Like really awful. Kenta was like just a horrible child.
Dick.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know why
him being like a horrible child. I think it worked well for it because he was horrible to robots.
Yeah.
And the idea is meant to make us start sympathetic to the robots alongside the stuff that like Kokoro was saying about, maybe humans deserve to be eradicated.
Yeah.
So that worked for that. Because you do feel sorry for all the robots that he's abusing.
Yeah. I do think that one of the ways in which they probably could have improved this is condensing those three children into one character. So a character who is...
I think you'd still need Reika, though, to be the connecting force between the humans and the robots with her cat.
But you could... I suppose so. I don't see a point of having a kid in it. If I'm honest.
I don't. It's a Terminator thing, though, isn't it? I think they were just trying to like evoke Judgment Day, John Connor.
Yeah. You could have had someone who was fascinated with robots. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you'd punch that up. But having three kids as some of the main characters is too much. So
yeah.
One of the overarching things I like about Terminator as a franchise is when there's a small cast of people who aren't believed by the wider universe that Terminators exist and are on their own. If you make a family that provides some sort of sense of structure around it, they're not outcasts, they're not misfits, they're not forced together. They have to be together because they love each other. Throw all that out. We don't need that.
Well, I suppose they did, really, because Reika gets split up from the others, and she ends up with Aiko.
Yes, which is the interesting pairing.
Yeah.
Whereas Kenta and Hero have to go with the obviously something wrong with babysitter, housekeeper. But that the things that happen in episode 2 and 3 should be condensed into one episode.
They could have, It could have hurried up a bit. I feel like, especially the stuff with Kokoro, there was a problem with show don't tell. Where it really was just the AI saying, here is like everything wrong with humans.
Yeah, this is what we're all thinking.
Yeah, I'm just saying what they're all thinking.
It smacked of... this is going to be a controversial comment. It smacked of Hideo Kojima.
Yeah.
Like the Metal Gear Solid.
Absolutely.
This is what you're supposed to be thinking right now. Now, I love Metal Gear Solid 1.
The Metal Gear Solid franchise and the storyline is absolutely batshit insane.
Yeah.
And by design, it's on purpose.
Of course it is.
It's part of it is Kojima's strange sense of humor.
Yeah, and strange preachiness about what you should be thinking, right?
Yeah.
And there are lines in Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 that are really great, right?
Yeah.
And then there's like 40 minutes of the boss before you do the final boss fight telling you about how she had a baby cut out of her and how she went to space and stuff. And you're like, Jesus Christ, get on with the fight.
And sometimes in the Metal Gear games, characters will be like the most heavy-handed character you can possibly think of, where like their whole deal is their whole deal. Like
like the really pain or something like that. Yeah.
But then you still get fans of the series not really getting it, and still thinking, "Oh no, they're a nuanced character, and they're saying a lot of interesting things, and like they've got some good ideas." Like the president in Revengeance.
Oh God, yeah.
Who is like, kidnapping children and turning them into robots and all that weird shit. And they're like, oh no, he's making some good points. He's not. He's a psychopath.
I think that the problem with the Metal Gear franchise is that Metal Gear Solid 1 was so perfect and encapsulating what Hideo Kojima wanted to do. So there you do have the nuance. Like Vulcan Raven is a, person of a dominated race who made himself big and hunted and, embodies the, wanting to kill Snake. Then you've got Psycho Mantis, who wears a mask so he doesn't have to hear everyone's ugly thoughts. Then you've got Sniper Wolf, who has disconnected herself from society by being a sniper. Those are really good characters. And then you transfer that to the bomber guy in Metal Gear Solid 2, who is a big fat guy in a coat wearing rollerblades. And it's like... Or the man who's bees in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Dead Rising is the same way.
Yeah.
Where you'll get a lot of really interesting characters, like the guys who have locked themselves inside the gun shop in the first game.
Yeah.
And the guy who has that shopping trolley covered in knives. Who rams you because he's like gone a bit insane. And then you also have characters like the boxer in Dead Rising 3 who's locked herself in a gym just so zombies will come in because she wants to punch them in the face until they die.
Yeah. It's the classic trying to replicate what worked really well and then just losing the central core, thinking that fans love the pomp and circumstance, which some do, but actually the core of what made Metal Gear Solid characters really good was the fact that they had been boiled down to their their bit in the crucible. They'd been left with a pure nugget of what their central core was. And you'd built a character around that. That's really interesting. But yeah, with Terminator Zero, like you haven't boiled down these characters enough, and they all feel meh. That's what they feel. Yeah. Like this is a solid 6. This show. It's like there's bits that are really good. Like I really liked the opening with Eiko and the Terminator, where she is the one. She's hiding in the locker, and the Terminator is gradually getting closer to the locker, and then you realise she's on the other side of the room. That was really good.
There's a lot of like imagery I liked in it. When they did like the where they do like sweeping shots of it being like his imagination and stuff like that, or like when his dream sequences, there was some good stuff in that. Like they had the mountain of skulls, which is a very Terminator
thing.
Yeah, I like that. Like the visuals when he was talking to the AI were brilliant.
Yeah, why is the AI split into 3?
I think one of them is meant to be his wife, who is comforting him while she talks, and I think that was on purpose. I think she's like trying to engage his compassion while she's talking.
One is like Fury, the red one.
Yeah, and then
one is like Balance.
Yeah.
It smacked of the 3 deities from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
that's all I could think of when I was watching it. But like, I mean, and that is quite a good way to show AI's like core thinking modules. Like an AI brain is not one brain. brain in inverted commas. It's made up of lots of different cores of knowledge. And I think like the complementary but also sometimes juxtaposed thinking of those cores creates chaos, which is why AI is not reliable or predictable in any real way. And that's quite an interesting way of showing that, but it was the whole show not tell thing for me that made those scenes not very interesting. Because we don't know why Malcolm Lee is having visions of Judgment Day.
No,
we
not
knew
yet.
Why...
I think we will later on. So I'm interested to learn. Like, I found it interesting that this came out in 2024. So we're in the thick of AI chatbots, all that stuff. It's interesting that that is not invoked in any way in this series. It's not mentioned at all about the rise of AI. It's the rise of robots.
Yeah.
We don't see any intelligence from them, really. No. We have a bit where he's talking to that robot in the abandoned shop in Cat Town. It knows something. I can't remember what the factoid was, but it understood something.
Yeah.
We kind of get it there, but it's not like they don't dwell upon it. It's not really an important thing. It's more to just show that the robots have some kind of linked intelligence rather than it being an online intelligence.
Yeah, I mean, if a Terminator film was made now, today, I can't help but think that the Terminator would be using AI. Anyone who had any AI software would be a mole for the Terminator, effectively. Or, like, it would be showing you that Skynet's already in our homes. We just don't know, and we're actually enabling it every day. And
giving it more knowledge. Yeah, they'd show that with
really
like
interesting.
Military people in their bunker talking, but they've got like a product placement echo on the table.
But that's it. And then you'd have the whole reason Skynet decides that we can't work together is because every day we are falling into these echo chambers, and you could have that reinforced by people using AI regularly. And creating like this vacuum of truth where everyone's right and everyone's wrong at the same time. But they just create like boundaries between them, and then Skynet is like, how can I I was built to bring people together, but actually what I'm doing is just reinforcing them and driving them further apart and building walls. That would be a really interesting concept, that Skynet was created by us, not just by one person.
Yeah, it would be. They're not going to do that, though. I don't think they're going to do another Terminator movie for another while.
Well, they're not smart like us, Spiv.
No, they're not.
They're really not smart. I want to see, like, one of the endearing factors about, like, let's use Terminator as Terminator 1 and 2. Like, Terminator is about the encroaching technology, right? It's about like technology as this thing that is coming to get us. It seems very,
it's
like
the boogeyman.
Yeah, puritanical, slasher, like embodied by technology, because people were going a bit like worried about how society was breaking down because of technology. That's a really good idea, in the same way that, Aliens is a really good mother and cub story, right?
Yeah.
On both sides of the line. Like, the villain is a mother as well. You don't have a real core to this yet.
Not yet.
I'll say yet, because we're only 3 episodes in. There are characters I like. I like the bit with Ico. I want to know who the Prophet is. I think you're right. The Prophet might be Ico. I also think I want to see... I think possibly Kokoro will be... the anti-Skynet. I think it will actually do that.
Yeah.
I thought he's called a Kakarot at first,
Did you?
And I was like, why would he call the AI carrot? It doesn't make... but it might have been an apple thing.
Vegeta.
But it might have been an apple play, is what I was thinking. And then I heard it again, and it was like, oh, no, it's Kokoro.
What does that mean? Because I thought, like...
Does it mean seed?
Yeah, because I'm thinking of, like, the Kokori people from Legend of Zelda. Because I know that Ko usually is, like, a nature thing, isn't it? Because I know that, like...
So, yeah.
Kanoko is a mushroom.
But I think the Coco part of that word is related to sort of like origin or seed.
Yeah.
So in Japanese, the word kokoro means more than just the physical heart. It is a complex concept that can mean heart, mind, spirit, sentiment, and essence.
Oh.
So it means the heart of things.
Yeah.
Well, and how they're connected. So it does mean something.
The heart of humanity in some way.
I think I would have enjoyed these 3 episodes a lot more if they had have been less about children. I find children in media 9 times out of 10 they're really annoying.
Yeah,
you
I
get
agree.
this.
Yeah.
You get this occasional like man on fire when is it Ellie Fanning or is it Dakota Fanning? I can't remember. One of the Fannings is just such a good child actor that you're like, oh, I'm rooting for this character. But 9 times out of 10, kids are shit.
So I found very weird in Terminator Zero is Raker's voice sounded very adult for how old she's supposed to be. Because she looks like she's meant to be about 10 years old, but she doesn't talk like a 10-year-old. No. And I just looked up. The actor who played Raker is 28 years old.
Yeah.
And you can tell. Like, get a child actor to do it.
It's really interesting as well because like she's got April O'Neil's exact haircut from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show.
She had very, very 90s anime hair.
Yeah, but she's got 90s anime hair that is normally lent to a teenager.
Yeah.
Not a prepubescent child.
Yeah.
And it was like you can't pick her age. She could be anywhere between 7 and 17, I think.
Yeah.
And
it might just be short.
Yeah. It's if they had to put one kid character in at a push 2, because you could have replicated that mother and cub relationship between the older sister, younger sibling.
Yeah.
Because the mother is missing, who's dead, obviously. You could have had that. You could have had that and probably made it better. But having 3 kids, it's slow. I think that's my problem with it. It's too slow.
And Hero didn't really have anything to do. He didn't really have a place in anything that was going on.
No, he was almost created to be the comic relief character, but wasn't comic in any way because it's too dark a series to be comic.
Yeah. I did like the offhanded mention that Raker has a fear of public transport, and that's why they went through the tunnels. Like it's a strange. It's weird that they thought that they had to explain why they're going through the tunnels, because I would have just accepted it that they just travelled through tunnels. Sometimes they're kids do weird shit like that. But they didn't need an explanation. But I thought it was interesting that they did give one to say that she was afraid of public transport because her mother was killed.
Yeah. I think the reason they probably did that was to explain how the kids knew where she would be and what route she would take, right?
Yeah.
That did make a bit of sense, and that was a good tell but not show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you'd already shown her in the tunnels. That was I agree. That was quite a nice little touch. I found the dad a bit boring as well. I think
he was an arsehole.
Yeah.
I didn't care about him. He just seemed mean. Like, I know that he's going through all this trauma about his, horrible life, and he's dreaming about the end of the entire world. But geez, dude, lighten up.
If I knew if I was having dreams about the end of the world, I'd spend more time with my kid, not less time.
Yeah. On the day of his wife's death as well, on the anniversary of his wife's death, he's like, I can't go with you to the park. I've got to go to work to talk to an AI. And he's also, all like depressed about it, and he's got a terrible life.
When he knows they're missing, when Misaki tells him they're missing, they travel for a bit, and then the Terminator comes, and instead of being interested in his children's safety, he goes back to work.
Yeah.
And I know that
you handle this.
I know that is like one life is not measurable against billions.
But it's your kids.
But they're kids, yeah. Get the kids and then take them to work with you, which is supposed to be impenetrable.
Yeah. I thought that was funny that they had protesters outside because birds kept dying when they went near the facility.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because of the lightning
to realise. Yeah. It took me a while to realise what they were protesting. Because I thought it was just them, like the idea of him developing an AI. But no, it was the birds. I thought that was funny.
Well, it's interesting that also has the same lightning fork that the time travel machine does.
It's the same place. It's the same facility.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they're all living.
Really.
Yeah. So I think at some point between then and now, Skynet took over that facility and you started using it as their like a factory in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I think that's meant to be the idea.
Which does lend itself to the fact that maybe Kokoro is like the new interpretation of Skynet.
Yeah, like there's always going to be a Skynet. That's it's an issue with the Predator franchise as well. Is you can't win.
Yeah, you're just kicking the can down the road.
Yeah. That's the whole idea. Like it is. Yeah. They're both franchises built to be franchised. Like it's always going to keep going. So even whatever happens in Terminator Zero, by the end, they aren't going to win because they can't.
Yeah.
It's a very it's bleak. It's a bleak interpretation of
and
the series.
The longer the franchise goes on, the more you realise that it's actually quite depressing.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, we've talked about this for enough now. I think.
Yeah.
What would you give it?
I'm going to give it a 6.5. I'm going to do a half for once because it's not quite up to a 7. Because I feel like a 7 is I am definitely going to watch the rest of this series. A 6.5 is I might watch the rest of the series. It's a solid B-, I'd say.
I think if I had have just watched the first episode, I might have given it a 7. Because I watched the remaining 2 episodes where the pace really slowed down, I think I'm going to give it a 6. So probably it evens out at a 6.5 if I'm honest. You're right.
Yeah.
The pace of the first episode, which I found really well done in the intercut, was sort of like smothered by a fair bit of exposition in the second episode. And what I wanted was like that pace to continue. I was quite impressed with the pace of the first episode. I think 6.5 is fair.
Yeah.
I might watch some more.
I think I will.
I might not.
Yeah.
I want to find out who Misaki is.
Yeah, I want to know all this. I'm hoping that we do actually learn things and they didn't, stop it at the end because they were going to do another sequel and then the sequel got cancelled or anything like that. Which happens a lot on Netflix.
Yeah, it does. I think she is some sort of android, which is why she's got those lines in her, and I think she is supposed to embody Kokoro eventually. Yeah, she's supposed to be the shell for Kokoro. Right. Should we take a break and we'll come back and talk about Predator Killer of Killers?
Let's do that.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Hey, you still don't have a Sega CD? Huh? What are you waiting for? Nintendo to make one? You have seen the games, right? Wrong answer, man. Show them! Want to see more?
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to talk Predator, Killer of Killers, the second of our Arnold Schwarzenegger productions without Arnold Schwarzenegger that has actually Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. Spoilers.
He might be in the first one, in Terminator. We've got no idea. He might show up at some point.
Could be.
Yeah.
So this one was a Disney Plus production by the guy who did 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, Trachtenberg.
Yeah, Trachtenberg. I don't think he's a relation of Michelle Trachtenberg.
I don't think so. No.
It's a very yes. Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
She was she obviously had some real health conditions. And that's why she hadn't acted for a really long time. But that's sad because I loved Buffy when I was younger.
Same.
Yeah. But this was 20th Century Studios. It's the sixth film and 8th installment of the Predator franchise. What's the 7th then?
Hang on. Predator franchise. Let's have a look. The Aliens movies. Alien vs. Predator.
Yeah, but they're films.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. So, okay, we've got Predator, Predator 2, Predator 3, The Predator. That's 4. Prey. Predator Killer of Killers. Predator Badlands. Alien vs. Predator. Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Predator vs. the Colonial Marines, and the Predator Holiday Special.
Okay.
The Predator Holiday Special is a 2018 stop-motion animated short film based on the Predator franchise and the 1964 Christmas television special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That is fantastic.
Oh my God, we've got to watch it.
The film follows Santa Claus and his elves and reindeer as they have an encounter with the Predator at the North Pole.
Wow.
That's brilliant. That's wonderful.
Wow. So here it says... Predator 2, Predators, which I like. I think Predators is pretty fun. The Predator, which I don't think I've ever seen. Prey, which is great.
Yeah, Prey's wonderful, yeah.
Killer of Killers. And Predator Badlands, which is a new one coming up that's got Elle Fanning in. Which looks really good.
Yeah, it looks fun.
She's supposed to be a Weyland-Yutani android, isn't she?
Yeah, they're doing a whole interconnected Weyland universe, which I'm not entirely glad about. I don't like it when things are interconnected when they weren't originally intended to be. I think it's cheap. No.
Yeah, like making a Transformers Barbie crossover or something like that.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the first Alien versus Predator. Requiem is awful. It's so
Requiem
bad.
It's terrible. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I can't stand that movie.
Yeah. The first one's not bad, but it is pretty stupid. Yeah.
The first Predator AVP movie, you can just pretend that it takes place in an alternate universe, which hasn't gotten any connection to any of the other franchises. Like you can with Freddy versus Jason. It doesn't. You don't need to know anything about anything else that's happened. It can just be aliens and predators are in a pyramid having a fight.
Yeah.
And I did like that they introduced the idea that the how do you say that? Is it like Yotwa? I don't know how you say it.
What are you talking about?
The actual predators' names, their species. Is it Yotya?
I don't know.
I think it's something like that. But they established that the predator aliens breed the xenomorphs for combat.
Yeah.
Which I do find that interesting. I think that's a good way of like
and lost
connecting the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the idea that everything that happens in Alien and Aliens is in some way the fault of the predators, because I think that's putting too much on them. I think it's making them too big of a central, core tenet of how that franchise works. I don't think that works. I think it does work better if it's the Yutani company who are causing all of the issues. Because I think it does need to be a human element, which is the problem with Alien, rather than it being another alien.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I do like the alien, the xenomorph just being accidentally spread like a disease, though. I like that element. Do you know what? The more that franchise expands, Alien, the less I care and like it, because I like the fact that I didn't need to know who the space jockey was. I didn't need to know why there was a mist over the eggs. I didn't really need to know how they propagate. Really,
it's the wiki problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem with like franchises in general. Everything has to have an answer. Everything doesn't need to have an answer. Sometimes things just are the way they are.
Yeah, I agree. I think Alien is far more terrifying when we don't know what it's about. Like,
that's the whole idea. It's a force of nature.
Yeah, one of the things I really like about Alien 3 is that when the alien gets into the dog, it looks different. Yeah. It looks like a dog, and it makes so much sense. They're parasitical. But, right, let's move off of Alien and talk about...
to Predator.
So this came out this year, June.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch it for a while because Josh told me he really liked it and I should watch it, and was so I
didn't
meant to. I obviously didn't because I have that operational defiance problem.
Yeah, same.
But this is a story. I didn't know anything about this going in.
I didn't either. No,
absolutely nothing.
I sort of assumed it was going to be an anthology from when it came up with the first subtitle.
Yes.
Then I thought, it's an anthology. Like, that makes sense. But,
But
yeah.
What were your
right off the bat? My first opinions on it. Jesus Christ, I hate the animation.
Yeah, it was trying to be two things. It was trying to be the painterly style of Arcane and the stop motiony type feel of Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, animating on 3s and 5s.
Yeah.
And 2s and 4s or whatever it is.
And they weren't good enough to do it.
No, it just felt choppy. It looked like it was lagging all the time.
That was the thing
at all.
There was a bit where two predators were walking along, and they were all... It was at the end of the film where they were in the ship at the end, and they were walking along, and they were all like, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, like 2 frames of animation. So I will rescind a comment I just made. I said they weren't good enough to do it. That's not fair at all.
No,
they didn't have enough time to make it look like Spider-Verse.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Spider-Verse had like 27 years of production time. So
I mean, the next one's going to be a masterpiece. We're not going to be able to tell that it's actually animated because it's been so long. There are things I really love about this and really hate about this.
Yeah,
and the animation choppiness is one of them.
It is like the aesthetics is like my main thing that I don't like. I don't think the painterly style worked for all of the segments. I feel like the 3 segments should have had a different style to them. Yeah.
Or, you know what? I'm loath to say this because I hate this attitude, but I don't think this should have been an animation. I think this should have been a live action film, and I think it needed to have the extra half hour of when the main protagonists all get together.
Yeah.
To bond them.
Yeah.
Because I really liked the Ursa story. I really liked the Kenji and Kyoshi story.
I did. Yeah, that was my favourite one. The samurai section was my favourite.
It was quiet.
Yeah.
It was no dialogue for like virtually 27 minutes. Yeah. And then I thought the Bullet, while I liked John Torres as a character, it was the most cartoony. It felt like Looney Tunes.
Yeah. I was really surprised that they did like a war section, like during like a wartime segment, because it didn't feel like it fit the like established ideals that were coming in from the other ones, where it was single people who had to fight against them, because the whole idea of like a wartime story is the camaraderie that they have with their other soldiers.
Yeah.
So he already had that above the other characters, if you know what I mean.
Do you know how I would?
I feel that it should have been solo warriors each time.
Yeah.
Because the whole idea of the Predators is that they do not attack people who are unarmed or have not killed somebody in their presence. Like they are going after warriors. So why was the Predator in a spaceship going after an entire fleet of fighter planes?
Yeah, I think the Predator's honor code is shown to be massively hypocritical in all these segments in different ways.
Yeah.
But I have punch-ups for the Bullet, but let's talk about the first 2 parts first. Let's talk about the Shield. So 841 AD, and the Queen Viking Ursa. I can't remember what she referred herself to.
Valkyrie of the Seas, they all call her, but she's the daughter of Einar.
Yeah. Is on her way to destroy a neighbouring tribe, whose leader made her kill her own father so she didn't get killed, although her father forces her to put the blade in his chest.
So he doesn't get to go to Valhalla because he didn't die in battle.
So he gives up his spot in Valhalla for his own daughter's continued life, which is lovely, right? It's really good. She's also taking her late teen son, who is called Anders, to battle for the first time. And she basically says the same to her as her father said to her, when I die, avenge me. Like, die in battle, die with glory. And the clan take over the tribe. There's a really good fight scene, which is slightly hampered by the choppy animation. But it still really looks good. And then immediately after the battle, after Anders beheads Ursa when she can't because of the trauma, The predator, a giant predator with a weird sort of like pulse arm, ambushes them, kills all of the clan members who you think are being built up to be this like they're like prime alpha warriors.
They just get slaughtered.
Yeah, and then she has to fight the predator on the ice field. But Anders dies. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, I did. Something I really liked was when they've got that the Viking strung up and they're trying to interrogate him to find out where Zoran is. She chopped him in half.
Yeah,
and the Viking is saying to Anders, like, if you kill me while I'm up here, you won't get into Valhalla because you have killed me out of battle. Like, you will not be allowed in. But
you've given yourself dishonor.
Yeah, Ursa has already done that with her father, but we don't know that yet. I thought that was a good like lead up to that reveal that she's fine with chopping that guy in half because she knows she's not getting into Valhalla anyway. Yeah, she's got nothing left to lose. Yeah,
and it leads into the end where she says she calls the other two her boys, which I thought was really cool. But also she says, "Look after my son in Valhalla."
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she knows she's not going, but she wants those two to be safe so that they can meet her son.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
But the fight is really well... All the fighting in this show is really well choreographed.
Yeah.
The simulation of the long shot as they're walking towards the lodge, where they're all killing everyone. She's got the two shields that are like sharpened on the edge of the
I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anything like that before. So I wonder, is that a real weapon that they would have had in
the shields? So they use
with like the two of them that she used, where she like slice them together. So it's like a chopping weapon.
I don't think so, because those shields used to have that knock, so that Hippolytes used to be able to use their spears over the top.
Yeah.
So that's what that design is from. I don't think that the Norse ever used them, the Vikings.
No.
But maybe I could be wrong. But it seemed like a Hippolyte weapon. But it was never shaved. It was never sharpened to a point where you could cut. But I thought that was great. I thought it was
a cool
great.
weapon. Yeah.
And then fighting the predator under the ice and using the anchor to weigh him down.
Yeah,
and using his own weapon.
This was the first in a series of events where predators are shown to be a bit stupid, like they're a bit shit. Like the entire thing is a movie about predators just getting their asses handed to them time and time again.
Yeah,
greatest warriors in the world, but we get to see the three shittest predators, which I thought was funny.
Yeah, I agree.
But they suck in this.
They do suck a little bit. But I feel like that's
a through line with Predator anyway. Like in all of the movies, the Predators are a bit crap. They get killed so easily.
They rely on their technology too much.
Yeah.
I feel that's like their cloak and things like that. I feel like they once were fantastic hunters. But they have embraced technology a bit too much and they have become lazy. Because
the further along it goes, the less movement the predators do.
Yeah,
like in this first one, he is like hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah,
the second one he starts using tech a bit more. Yeah, the third one he's sitting down the entire time.
And then the fourth segment where they're fighting the Predator King, he is very easily dispatched.
Yeah,
very easily. He thinks he's hot shit, but he's not. The shield was great. The shield was good. You have to overlook the choppy frame rate of the animation, and that is a real shame because
it doesn't take long.
It doesn't
start to overlook it, but it is when you first watch it. It is very jarring. You have to sort of like get used to it.
It's almost like you're going back to a PS1 game. And you've got to get used to the frame rate problems. And if you can do that, then you're okay. The sword was fantastic.
Yeah, this was the best one. But of course it was. It's one about samurai. It had ninjas. Of course it was the best one.
I have literally just finished playing Ghost of Tsushima. and I just fucking need the bottom of my desk.
Ow.
Ah!
You got so
talking
excited about it.
Graceful samurai, and I'm like kicking my desk. So I've just finished it, and I deliberately tried to play as samurai as possible, thinking I could outdo the way the game was taking me, and I couldn't.
No, you can't. No,
you can't.
I tried that as well, where you try not to be sneaky, just go in and
always
kill
doing standoffs.
Yeah.
Because the standoffs are super fun as well. I also stuck it on Kurosawa mode.
I did as well, yeah. I played through that game on the hardest difficulty on Kurosawa mode, and it was just amazing, just an amazing experience of a game.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Yotai.
No, it's going to be good. Also, I stuck in the DLC, you get a charm which creates more blood, and I stuck that on as well. What I wanted, the only thing I was missing, and I think it's because it's a PS4 game originally, I wanted, like, limbs severed and stuff like that. I wanted like proper, like you cut and then you go through, especially when you do the charge cut, when you cut and go through and then the head slides off and that sort of stuff. But anyway, the sword, speaking of head sliding off, we're in 1609 in Japan, and two brothers who are sons of a warlord. One of the shogunate are ordered to duel, even though they're young, to sort of like decide on who receives their family armor and is going to be the head of the family. They are young boys. I would say probably they look around 12.
Yeah, I think they need to be like preteen.
Who are, in the opening playing, building a paper boat, and their dad is furious about this because dad's a shit apparently.
The pacing in this section was so good. Like the amount of information that they get across in such a short amount of time with no dialogue as well.
Like especially like the symbolism of like catching the leaf between the two swords, which ultimately pays off because they're both equals. So Kenji, who is the I'd say the meeker child, the more the sensitive child, he refuses to fight. He doesn't want to hurt his brother. But Kiyoshi is eager to impress his dad. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's he's being manipulated. He attacks and defeats Kenji, but scars his face badly with the sword. I don't know how the warlord decides that this is an honourable way, because he's trying to fight an unarmed opponent. But Kenji,
I don't think he was a very good warlord. Most of them weren't. So.
No, they weren't. They're totally hypocritical most of the time. But especially like putting down resistances and like slaughtering peasants and things like that. Bringing their own order to islands and things. But Kenji runs away. Doesn't want to be part of that family anymore, and then we hard cut to 20 years later with their dad dying, and Kiyoshi has become the lord, and Kenji is a farmer, but he's also he's also like a shinobi.
It's like the meeker child went away after college, went away for college, and then came back, and he was like the hottest guy in school.
Exactly. But he is part ninja, part samurai now. So he has been training. He's great. He's great. Yeah. He is the ghost of Tsushima, essentially. But he is being stalked by a predator.
He's going into the castle to confront his brother after the death of their father for the first time in like 20 years. And this is my favourite sequence in the entire movie, is him taking out all of those people while trying not to ring the bell. It's so good, and it's so like the noises are just fantastic, because he's trying to be quiet, so all of the music, all the noise is muted.
He's
so great.
like he's constantly with his hand around someone's mouth, or like when he pushes the guy's head into the way of the hammer that's about to ring the bell. That was really fun. And then of course there's someone in the next tower who's seen it who rings the bell, and he's like, all my effort.
And just drops that guy.
Yeah, but the Predator is watching every bit of this, like, this is the person I want to fight. And then he also watches Kiyoshi and Kenji fight, and like is like, oh, I want to fight the winner of this. I don't want to fight both of them. I want to fight the winner, which proves what cowards predators are, really. But Kenji, I thought what was really good was that Kenji pushes Kiyoshi against the wooden beam that the father checked the sharpness of the sword against when they were boys. And he accidentally pushes Kiyoshi off of the tower. And you think he's dead, but he's actually landed in the castle moat, right?
Yeah.
And then the Predator ambushes Kenji, kills the remaining guards, and the two brothers have to work together and join forces to kill the Predator. And then Kiyoshi dies.
And then we get a lot of I feel like I was getting this mistaken with like an idea from Alien, but I thought the Predators had acidic blood, but apparently not.
No. They have green
I really
blood.
thought that was a thing. They do have green blood, but maybe that's why I thought it was meant to be acidic, because it's green.
Yeah.
But we do get to see the Predator's call. It's like a precursor to the claw thing that he has in the third act.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, that we get to see like their technology evolving over the centuries. That's
true. I hadn't even considered that. Like, the Predators are evolving as the people are as well, because the first one in the Norse Viking era, he's got no armor. He's just a giant. He's got like an artificial arm that is like a pulse cannon. Yeah. And in this one, he's got the cloak. Well, he had the cloak in the first one, but he's got the claw. He's got the little bombs. He's got the chain. That is kind of a little bit Scorpion-esque. There was a bit where Rachel and I were watching it, not last night, the night before, and the chain goes around the tree and binds the two brothers together.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was barbed. And it was like, it was cutting through the tree, and it was really tense. It's just like, it was a great sequence. And then you really get at the end, you get the leaves grow on the tree together, but they fall as one alone. And then Kenji tells Kiyoshi that he's not alone; he's with him. Then they reconcile, and then Kiyoshi dies. They do the samurai thing where they both cross as well, and the Predator is cut in 3 pieces. That was really cool, good.
And they do that like there's like the pause between the attack and then the Predator exploding.
I also liked that they didn't know where the Predator was until the leaf landed on him. That was really good. It's easily the best part of the film. And then you get the bullet, which is the weakest part of the film.
I agree. Do you want to hear my punch up?
Go on. Because I've got one as well.
This was what I thought it was going to be the moment that it came up with the bullet on the title screen. I thought it was going to be Wild West. I thought it was going to be I really thought it was going to be the Predator in an old West town fighting against outlaws, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But I would have preferred that. I think it would have made more sense.
That's a really good idea. Like almost like Bounty Hunter goes into a town, and everyone is dead. Or like scared. That would have been really good.
Because it's like the other two were very popular settings for franchises and video games and movies at the moment. Like there have been so many Viking games in the past 5 years. There have been so many samurai ninja games in the past 5 years. A 1942 US naval gunner didn't fit that to me. Like it didn't feel like they were, really finger on the pulse with that one. So I did think it was going to be the Wild West, because cowboys are popular again.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know my punch up?
Right.
I would have done World War One trench. There's been a battle, like it's on the Somme or something like that.
Yeah.
And British command send a sort of like Secret Service person in, like by parachute or whatever, to find out what happened. And basically the same sort of thing, like the trench is abandoned, and this guy has fought in a campaign before. So he's got sort of mild PTSD from fighting in the trenches, but he has to fight a predator in the trenches.
That would be cool. That would be great. Yeah. Maybe in a sequel they could do that.
Yeah.
My other idea for a segment would be a 1960s spy, like a spycraft one.
Yeah, like a James Bond type deal.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
Because if they did more of these, I think it would be cool to like blend genres a bit.
Yeah. I also think Sea Battle would be really good, but not with the Predator on a ship. Like almost like the Spanish Armada going after pirates or something like that.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do Pirates Conquistadors because you've already done that in Prey. But no, you haven't. You haven't done that in Prey, have you? What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Marvel What If.
Yeah.
You could do the Conquistadors.
Yeah, you could, yeah. You could do an Aztec one.
As well.
Yeah. I mean, now that they've got like the entire length and breadth of human history to play with.
Yeah.
Instead of just being, whatever, time period we're currently set in.
I think we could write a sequel to this quite easily.
We say that about everything.
But The Bullet is about John Torres, who is an engineer who worked with his father as a mechanic, who is fighting during the North African campaign, and basically he repairs his busted up Wildcat to go and fight with his squad, who are engaged with a predator in a spaceship.
He's a fan of I can't remember what the guy's name is, the fighter pilot. Do you remember who they say?
I can't remember.
He's like a big name fighter pilot, like a popular. But I cannot remember what.
No, I can't.
Who it was. But which is silly because it's a huge name. But he's basically a fanboy. He's a fighter pilot fanboy, and that's why he wants to fly. So he at the beginning, it doesn't feel like he should have the abilities that he has by the end of this series, because he doesn't even know how to fix his own car before he gets drafted.
He needed to be a prodigy.
He did. He needed something more to it, because it didn't really make any sense that he knew how to fix a plane while it's in flight by climbing out onto the wing. He would have just tipped. Yeah. Like, his weight would have completely unbalanced the plane, and it would have gone into like a tailspin.
A 1942 Wildcat, the panelling on it is like these World War II planes were a lot lighter than people realised. They had to be slingshotted off of boats because they couldn't build up the speed because they were so light. If you put any weight on that wing, it would, like you say, it would barrel roll out of control.
Yeah, it would. Yeah.
Especially when he kicks off an engine and he's flying on one engine.
Doesn't make any sense. And when he's like going through that French town and he's like jackknifing his way through the streets, you wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
There's no way.
This is why, this one is the more slapstick. Even though I really like John Torres as a person,
I did as well. I thought he was a great character. Yeah.
But he needed to do the sort of things he was doing. I either think he needed to be a prodigy. I said that the wrong way around. I mixed the D and the G in my head. Or he needed to be in a different time zone. He needed to be in the Gulf War or something like that, which is slightly problematic, and they wouldn't have done that.
No, they wouldn't have. No.
Korea, do you know what?
That could have worked.
Another good one. You could have done it in Vietnam with a soldier who was, not interested in killing Viet Cong at all. You'd have to delineate that to make him a hero, that he doesn't want to be there and he refuses to kill anyone. Yeah. And he has to fight the Predator after the Predator kills both the Viet Cong and the Americans.
Yeah, that would have worked too. We've already got a third segment for our new sequel.
But I feel like this is the weakest element of the four segments in the film.
This throughout the entire thing, like the three segments, I kept thinking the Predator is kind of ruining this Predator movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked all the parts where the Predator wasn't in it more than the ones where they were, especially the Shinobi episode.
Yeah.
Like, the Predator is just like annoying. He just gets in the way.
I think the Predator being built up as this thing that is hypocritical, only fights on its own terms, uses dirty tricks against things with less technology. It was just really sort of painting the Predators as villains.
Yeah.
They're
not even like cool villains. They just
really shit villains.
Yeah.
I thought what was good is that they all had different reactions to the Predator as well. Ursa instantly was like, "I'm going to fight you." Kenji wanted to run, right? Because Kenji was like, "I don't know what's happening here," and John was just like amazed by the technology. And found a technological way to get it done. But it's the weakest segment, and at the end he is abducted by a Predator ship.
We knew that they had been abducted through the series, because we get like little clips,
little
between
vignettes at the end,
where we see them in those collars, which we don't know what they are at that point. We do learn that they are bombs attached around their necks.
Yeah, which is a bit shit.
It's a bit.
Should have been
cliche.
a universal translator.
It sort of is. It's that as well.
Yeah, but they can't understand each other, can they?
No.
But so they awake from suspended animation and are taken to an arena where they have to fight the Predator King, who Ursa calls the Grendel King, which I love.
Yeah.
And he says basically they fight to the death, and then one of them gets the honor of fighting him.
Yeah.
And they basically...
This is another one of them being a bit cowardly, being a bit cowardly, where they none of the Predators actually fight them. They send a beast to fight them instead.
Yeah.
So they don't even do it then, when it's like in a huge arena with everybody watching. They still won't have the honour of fighting them one-on-one.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny that the beast that they send out has got a predator face, because that's like if like animals had human faces.
Yeah. Although it's got it on the back of its head, which I find really weird.
Yeah.
But the fight between them is quite good as well. I like chaotic sort of fight scenes like this, where Torres gets swallowed by the beast and he has to fight his way out, and Kenji and is trying to convince Ursa that they should work together, but she's preoccupied by needing to fight to the death, those sorts of things. And then they work together, they fight and quite easily dispatch the Predator Warlord, which I think is really good.
Yeah.
Because it just shows how fucking hypocritical he is. He was just waiting for them to be weak.
Yeah.
And then they steal the ship, but they harpoon the ship, and it takes Kenji's arm off. And Ursa sacrifices herself, but she doesn't die.
Yeah.
To separate the ship from the harpoon, and they fly off in the distance.
Yeah, and then they send off like 40 different Predator ships. Yeah. It is as ineffectual as the Predator is shown to be throughout this entire film. Like, they get beaten time and time again. There is no end to them. Like, even if you win, you have lost.
Yeah, because they don't
throughout
fight
the
fair.
entire series. Yeah,
they don't fight fair.
The reveal at the end of the movie. I keep wanting to say episode for some reason.
Yeah,
at the end of the movie, shows that even in all of the times where we think that the Predator has lost, the Predator has won in the end.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the end credit sequence? Because I was actually quite. You said there was an end credit sequence, and I was like, and then when the end credit sequence rolled around, I was like, oh,
yeah, it's good.
Oh,
it's a
cool.
Good end sequence. Yeah. Yeah, it's Ursa is put into suspended animation, and we see her getting wheeled into a big room filled with other suspended animation pods, and it goes past, and it's Naru from Prey is inside one of the pods. So after she beat the Predator in Prey, she got taken and put into suspended animation. Then it continues on, and we see Danny Glover from Predator 2 inside.
Harrigan.
And then it carries on again, and we get to see Dutch inside a pod.
So this episode where we said no Arnold Schwarzenegger, we didn't know. Arnold Schwarzenegger is in it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to them being in the sequel.
Yeah,
I think it'll be cool.
Yeah. Can I tell you a Predator story from my past, which I think is quite funny? Yeah. When I was at secondary school, I had a friend who was a bit of a notorious liar about things. Right. Where he would just lie about stuff for no reason. And he was talking to us about having seen Predator 2 at the IMAX.
Right.
At a time when Predator 2 was not at the IMAX.
Yep.
In any way. And I thought, I know that you haven't seen Predator 2. I could tell that you are making this up. Uh-huh. So I started talking to him about Danny DeVito being the main character in Predator 2 instead of Danny Glover. And he bought the entire thing. He agreed with me. Wow. About the end scene of Predator 2 where the Predators take Danny DeVito on his ship and fly into space, and the last scene is Danny DeVito at the window waving to his friends on the ground. And he completely agreed with me about this sequence of events. So yeah, that's my Predator story. Where I gaslit somebody.
I mean, would it have been a better film with Danny DeVito?
Maybe.
Probably. Oh, you could have had the twins against the Predator.
Yeah.
I'm a bit torn about this because 3 of the 4 segments are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I liked all of them.
Yeah, I didn't a bit, but I think it's by comparison. The third,
I think it worked as a whole,
isn't great.
At least.
Yeah, there are problems with it. They clearly did not have the budget to do the animation they wanted to do. It's $50 million budget. That's not a lot.
Yeah. No, not for an animation.
No. But I like the anthology element of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did as well.
It's really efficient storytelling. There's not a lot of extraneous stuff. However, I think that is also the film's weakness in that by the 4th act, you need extraneous detail. You need to see them a bit more together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do another one, which I'm assuming they will, or at least they want to.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see any of these characters again.
I hope we do.
I think we're going to have completely new characters.
I hope what we're going to see is an extension of Predator 1, 2, and Prey.
Yeah.
So we're going to see those vignettes, and then we're going to get them all together.
Yeah. Be interesting. Be very interesting, whatever they do.
It would be really interesting. I loved this. I'm going to knock off a couple of marks for one for the animation, which was slightly jarring, and one for the 3rd segment, which I don't think was as good as the other 3. So I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 as well. I think an 8 is fair.
Right. Have we got any emails?
Yes.
Right, can we take another break and then come back to do emails?
We can.
Right, okay, we'll see you in a sec.
Bye.
The dreaded beast versus the savage hunter. Aliens versus Predator with awesome new Predators. Clan leader attacks with whipping dreadlocks. And Stalker, glowing in the dark, fires his spear. Suddenly, flipping up his attack spikes, the wild boar alien charges. And the ferocious mother alien in her monstrous hive traps Spiketail, then covers him in ooze.
Ooze 'em!
Who will survive? Aliens versus Predator. Queen Hive playset comes with mother alien figure and ooze. Other figures sold separately.
Welcome back for the 3rd and final part, everyone. We're going to read some emails and tell you how you can support the show and shit.
Yay!
Yay!
We've got an email from V.
Oh,
at V.
last. Where has V been?
It's entitled Episode Suggestion in all caps.
Uh-huh.
Episode Suggestion!
Yep.
I don't remember how to do that voice because it's been so long since we've watched Captain Scarlet. We are the voice of the Vitrions. I've taken direct control of Spivsy. Hello, Richard. These are real shows as suggestion for your podcast show. Unlike last time, where you thought I was just making up words, which I never do.
I did think that.
Bimbly wingly wobble wash fiddle diddle do yicky yacky ya. The theme is Jerry Anderson revivals, which are New Captain Scarlet from 2005 and Thunderbirds Are Go from 2015. I suggest you watch the pilot and the top-rated episode that isn't the finale of each.
Say that again?
Jerry Anderson Revivals. New Captain Scarlet from 2005.
Oh, yeah, there was a cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. It can be it's our own reboot, our own revival of when we did a Jerry Anderson episode.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll stick that on.
You're welcome once again. The Princess of Patrons has to do all of the hard work. V.
Yes, you definitely do all the hard work.
The Princess of Patrons.
Someone, I thank you, V. That's a very good suggestion. I think that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, well done.
Well,
do you want a medal?
Yeah. Someone said I've got to share this to me because share this to me, share this to you.
What does that mean?
Well, share this with my multiple personality. Someone said to me, "You're very different on Toonhounds than you are on Storylords," and I was like, "Yeah, of course I am, because I'm not performing on Toonhounds."
Yeah.
They said you're very
it's the real you.
Yeah, you're very angry on Storylords, and I was like, yes, I'm supposed to be. That's what I'm doing. That's the bit. Also, Storylords is much higher pressure. You and I would do this if we had one listener. Right?
Yeah. Also, we would do this if we came up with the idea of the thing to talk about an hour before.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'd just pretend that we'd watched it.
Yeah. Absolutely. We'd gaslight each other. Remember when Danny DeVito was in My Little Pony?
Oh, yeah, that was great, yeah.
And he rode off into the sunset, waving to his family.
And he was wearing them jodhpurs. It was fantastic.
Assless chaps. But, this is... I'm not presenting my own work on this, so there's no stress attached to it.
Yeah,
no,
except for that time we talked about that cartoon you made. But we didn't tell anybody that you were the director.
I was the writer director. I sang the theme tune.
Yeah. Try and guess which one it was.
It was the shittest one. It was Freddy as FR07.
Yeah. That's why you're the only person who remembers that movie.
Desperately trying to promote it in my latter life. That's depressing. I'm only 41.
In your twilight years.
Twilight years. It would be if I was born 100 years ago.
That's true.
Or 200 years ago. Anyway, so that's why. Anyway, good idea, V. We'll put it on the list.
Thank you. Got an email here from Matthew. It's entitled Fuck Carmen. Hi, Hounds.
Foot Karma?
Fuck Carmen. Remember Carmen from Scavengers? Scavengers Around.
Yeah.
Beardo. Ginger Beardo.
Yes.
Hiya, Hounds. Time for another episode catch-up. Netflix. K-Pop Demon Hunters is very good.
Yes.
I've also heard Golden 30 times since I watched the movie, and while it's a sick song, I need a little break from it. But I'm glad it's getting a lot of positive attention.
Biffy Clyro did a really good cover of Golden.
Oh, really?
Live cover. Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
If you want to see another original animated film from Sony Pictures Animation, you should check out The Mitchells vs. the Machines. It's a lot of fun, has a nice message, and I feel like it flew under the radar. Mitchells vs. the Machines really was my favourite movie of the whatever year it came out. I love that movie. I've seen it 5 times. It's fantastic.
It's very, very good.
Yeah. I haven't seen Nimona, but I'll try to check it out. It's good.
Yeah, it's very good. I really enjoyed it.
British superheroes. That's really difficult to say as one. It's like a double-barreled sentence. British superheroes.
Yeah, you're ending on an SH to go back into an S. It's hard.
British superheroes.
Yeah.
It was really interesting hearing you all talk about these cartoons I have zero interest in. Genuinely. I love finding out about stuff that's unique to a specific place and not just the US culture pushed onto the rest of the world. Yeah, I'm glad that we were able to do that, to be honest. Because there's such
ethnocentricity.
There's so much everything is American.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the arse trying to talk to people online and they assume that you were talking about the American version of something.
Yeah.
Like when you talk about Ghosts, the BBC series.
Yeah.
And I think you're talking about the American version.
Well,
it does my head in.
Also because I think a lot of people, because of the ethnocentricity of American media, I feel like they think that it didn't originate somewhere else. They think that the American office is the main office, and it's kind of like, It's not. It's based on something else.
Yeah. Based on something that, in my opinion, is not that good. No. I don't think The British Office is a good show. I think it's a bit shit. Yeah. But my God, people got into that show for some reason. I don't get it.
No, I don't either. I think I don't like cringy comedy.
No, I don't either.
No. I used to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it used to make me really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. That's why I like Parks and Rec, because all of the cringy humour gets like taken away by the end of the episode.
Yeah,
like there are no like secrets between the characters, really.
No. And after you get past the Mark Brandanowitz era, it becomes less cringy by default.
Yeah. He was a bad character in that show. He didn't fit the show at all.
It didn't do anything. That's the thing. He was the straight man. He was the Jim from The Office.
Yeah, Mark Brandanowitz. Sci-fi. I had a similar reaction to the first couple of episodes of Arcane, and I need to give it another shot because people love this show, and I don't think I have that unique of tastes.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'll keep going with Scavenger's Reign. I know that you and Spivsy specifically would like it. Levi is incredible, and fuck Carmen, oh man, he is the worst.
He is the worst. I've watched a few more episodes. My God. He's just like every bad person you've ever met. He gaslights, he abuses, he does other stuff. He gets exactly what he deserves, being like the thrall of a weird frog monster.
Yeah. That's all. I need to watch some spooky cartoons for October and would love to hear some recommendations. Peace, Matthew.
Have you watched Netflix? Oh, go on.
I was just trying to think what spooky things have I thought of, because as soon as I read that spooky cartoons, the first thing that popped into my head was Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School, which not that spooky really, despite it taking place in a ghoul school. Great movie though.
I really rate the Netflix Castlevania series. I think it's really good. Yeah. But that's,
people don't seem to like the last
really
season.
New. I really liked the last season.
Yeah, people don't really rate it that much. I haven't seen it, so I can't say either way. But yeah,
I haven't
complaints about it.
I haven't been able to see Creature Commandos yet, but I want to.
I haven't seen that either. I don't know how we can see it.
No,
other than sailing the high seas. Is it on like Sky Max or something?
It must be because it's a HBO show, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
there is the Halloween Tree is a classic.
Mm-hmm.
That's something you've got to watch it at Halloween. That is a brilliant one. It's based on the is it Ray Bradbury?
Yeah.
Story, but it's great. There's a scene in that which like proper scared me as a kid, where it's sort of a time travel thing where they travel to different periods of history and see how Halloween is celebrated in different cultures.
Oh, that's cool.
I think a lot of it is bullshit, but there is one where they go to like ancient Egypt, and it's that they would have meals with the departed of their families, where they would leave places open at the table, like that sort of thing. And
that's cool.
In the movie, it's like literal zombies and mummies at the table. And when I watched that when I was like 6 years old, it scared the shit out of me. It was terrifying.
I watched a couple of episodes, but I for some reason, never got further into it. I watched a couple of episodes of The Summer Hikaru Died.
I need to watch that. My friend keeps talking about it. I need to see it.
Like someone vanishes and they're replaced by an entity with the person's appearance and memories, and it's really creepy.
Yeah,
really
apparently
creepy.
The manga is brilliant. Like,
yeah.
I need to get on it because I've got my friend keeps talking about it. I want to talk to her.
It's only 12. It's only 12 episodes as well. So, but it was really creepy, creepy, and I wanted to watch more of it, and I never got round to it. So maybe I'll start watching it again.
Yeah. Those are our emails.
Cool. All right. Well, if you want to support the show, thank you for your emails. If anyone who's listening wants to send in an email, they can do so by sending it to toonhounds@gmail.com. We do read every email. We like to hear from people who are new fans of the show. Spiff, sorry, the doorbell's ringing. I've got to go.
I just heard that, yeah. Oh no, am I meant to vamp or something? Have I got to keep talking? How's everybody doing? If you've watched a cartoon recently, why don't you send us an email and tell us what cartoon it was that you watched? It doesn't even matter if we've seen it before. We'll read the email and say, yeah, we will live vicariously through your opinions on other medias, because that would be quite interesting. What the fuck am I talking about? So the new Digimon game comes out soon. It's called Time Stranger. I'm just talking about Digimon. I was vamping.
Oh, nice. Yeah, sorry. Did you hear my old Victorian school doorbell?
Yeah, sounded like it was ready for dinner.
It's a proper bell. So it's got a little pull handle on the outside of the door, and it rings a bell inside the house.
What kind of Victorian-ass building do you live in?
A haunted one. So, yeah, sorry, what were you saying? You keep going.
I was just saying that there's a new Digimon game coming out soon. It's called Time Stranger, and I can't wait for it, because it's been 8 years since the last Digimon game.
Wow.
I know. I've been hankering for a Digimon story, and I can't wait for it. There's pictures that have come out of the fact that you can ride the Digimon around like horses, but apparently it's every Digimon, which is bigger than you. I was thinking that it would be fun if on the back of an Agumon riding around like it's a little Yoshi. But there's there's Digimon who look like people.
Yes.
They just look like dudes. One of the screenshots that came out is one of them carrying the character on his shoulder.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
I can't wait though. It sounds fantastic. But what were we talking about before? We were talking
about sending emails. So
that's true.
We like receiving emails, especially from people who haven't sent in for a little while. I'm not saying that I don't want you to email in, V, before you start giving me shit about it. But we like our regulars, we like hearing from new fans of the show, we like hearing from people who haven't emailed in for a little while. Especially, Matt's really good at sending in and Thomas is good at this as well, sending in a list of the episodes we've done, like the last 5, and being like, oh, I really thought this about this. So, yeah, if you could, send in an email. We like receiving emails. It's a bit sad when we don't get an email in an episode. So
yeah, we cry.
Yeah. So if you've never sent an email into Toonhounds, please feel free to. You'll get 2 very British opinions on your own opinion. If you do want to support the show in another way, there are lots of ways to do it. You can leave us a review. You can share us with your friends. Share us around. We're not picky. Or you can go directly over to patreon.com/Toonhounds and you can support the show financially. You get extra stuff like Daredevil in the Details, which we said we were going to record last week and we never did, and I still haven't read it. So maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do that next week. How's that?
Well, I'm going to say we'll start focusing. We'll do some thinking around of timescales and stuff, and we'll start focusing more on sidecast stuff after the 100th episode.
Yes,
because I feel like when we've got a milestone to lead towards, it kind of it reboots my brain a bit.
I think we should maybe do a sidecast about punch-ups, because we like doing that.
Yeah, we do.
And maybe what we should do is devote chat on if we continue with a series. Like, if we continue watching Arcane or if we continue watching Terminator, save the extra chat for an after Toonhounds.
Yeah. The Afterhounds.
Afterhounds. That would confuse me no end. Call it the Doghouse or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll do something like that, but we'll figure it out, because we haven't really been good about sidecast stuff recently. Because we don't have enough time. There's not enough time in the day.
No, there's not. But speaking of 100th episodes,
oh yes,
the next episode is episode 100. 100.
That's insane.
That is insane.
How long have we been doing this now?
520. 5 years.
That's
4 or 5.
Absolutely terrifying.
It's a bit, yeah.
That
4 or 5,
is nearly as long as I have known my son.
That's true. Yeah.
It's a year off.
Yeah.
So
that's wacky.
Yeah, that's wacky. It doesn't feel like it's been 5 years.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't feel like we've done 99 episodes.
No, I mean this is This is a very easy podcast to do. Not taking away any of our effort, but we watch cartoons, which we do naturally anyway, and then we talk, which we do naturally anyway.
Yeah.
We just do it in person rather than over Discord. Yeah, man.
But what are we doing?
100 episodes. We're going to do a video show, essentially. We are going to do some Sporkle quizzes. Live, see if we can get all the Disney classics, see if we can maybe get all the Looney Tunes characters, and we're going to do some of those.
Yeah, we're going to see if we've learnt anything in the past 99 episodes. We haven't. I can barely remember anything we watch.
But maybe what we'll do is we'll set a time limit based on the amount of things we've got to guess, and we have to do it in that. I don't want anyone to be bored by the fact that we're doing the same. We're just sat staring at a screen for God knows how long. So we probably what we'll probably do is one of us will record our screen, and we will just shout answers to each other. So if you can think of any Sporkle things that we need to do, if you're not familiar with Sporkle, it is just basically a Excel spreadsheet that you have to enter, type in. So the subject might be Disney classics, and you would pick Black Cauldron, because of course that would be the first one that popped into your head because you're an absolute psychopath.
That's weird.
And you type in Black Cauldron, and it would remove one of the potential answers. Yeah. And you're supposed to get all of them in a time limit.
And a lot of the times they've got really good spelling error detection on it. So you could have put in like bulk cladron and it would probably still say it was right.
Yep. And sometimes it wants you to be really specific.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't type in the Black Cauldron, it's not going to have it.
And you didn't capitalise the B and the C, it wouldn't let you have it.
Yeah. So if you can think of any topics that you want us to do, just shove them in the Discord. And if you're not a Discord member, then you're not supporting us on Patreon. So you need to head over to patreon.com/Toonhounds and do that. You can support us for very, very little money, and you can get involved in the conversation and suggest episodes and all that sort of stuff.
And who doesn't like being involved in conversations?
We have the nicest Discord that I've ever been a part of.
They're great.
Yep. We talk about cartoons. We share stuff. It's just really nice. It's really
you can go on there and see all the weird shit I've been making in Blender while I've been learning Blender.
It's been very good. Your progress is very quick.
I know everybody keeps saying that, but I don't know.
You don't think it is?
No, because I've been doing it since like May, and
but
I'm only just now getting to the point of finishing things that are ready to be shown to people.
Yeah, but you've got to. So you've got to understand the rules so that when you break them, you can make them your own, right? So if you know why things don't work, that's almost as important as knowing why things work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you've got to know you've got to have that foundation knowledge for stuff like Blender or ZBrush or stuff like that.
Yeah,
it doesn't work otherwise because you will hit a problem and you won't know how to solve it.
Yes, true. Yeah, but I'm mostly proud of the fact I know how to rig now. And I know how to do animation. Like those are like the big stepping stones for me to know how to do those sorts of things.
What's your ultimate aim?
Just to make stuff. Like
you're gonna 3D print stuff?
Nah. It's more like for the artistic side of it, to make dioramas and scenes and stuff, and to have an idea of like a character in my head and be able to actually make it.
Yeah. Maybe you should do animation.
I did do an animation, but it was through a tutorial. So I followed it basically to the letter of a character with a TV for a head, like just having a little walk down a road. And it looked good when I was done. And I think I know like enough of how I did it to be able to replicate it onto one of my own things now, which is the really good thing about how the tutorials and like courses I've been doing are. Like they're very focused on the thing that you're making, but he gives you enough ideas of how to do it yourself while you're doing it.
That's cool.
Yeah. He does a thing in it sometimes where we say like, we're going to do this in this course, but first I want you to look at this picture and make it yourself. So you have to just look at what he's showing you and then do it, and then you watch the video on how to make it, which is I think it's a really clever way of doing it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's also nice just to be outside of school and learn something off your own back, right?
Oh god, yeah. Especially when it like grabs you and you actually want to learn it.
Mm.
It's not like thinking, I should learn Python in case I can get a job with it. And then you try it and it's really, really boring.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. Like, whenever you try and monetize something or do it for work, it becomes far less interesting, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Right. Do you know one thing we didn't mention? Dan Trachtenberg also did Prey.
Yes, yeah.
We didn't mention that at all. It just came to me as I was just trying to do the outro there.
I'm glad of that, because when the Prey, when Naru shows up at the end, if he wasn't the director, that would feel like really ham-fisted.
Yeah, it would feel like they were trying to undo some work.
Yeah. But if he's actually the one doing it, that's fine. Yeah. Like, it's his property.
Right. Okay. Well, next time, 100th episode special. If you want to be part of that, then head over to the Discord and suggest ideas for us to sporkle. If you don't know what Sporkle is, just familiarise yourself with Sporkle. Okay.
I hope Sporkle isn't like a horrible website now. They haven't gone crazy, like full right wing AI quizzes. If it is, we're not going to use it. We'll use something else.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of ads or anything like that. A minute, let's just check.
You load up a page and there's an ad for a gun.
Yeah, I've got to accept all of the cookies. Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, it is fine, isn't it?
It'll be fine. Yeah.
Oh, the first Looney Tunes characters thing that came up was quite difficult looking. Yeah, you're going to have to cope with the fact that you're going to get these adverts as well, okay, guys, if we share screen. So, sorry about that. You're just going to have to cope with it, because we're not paying to get them. Because we're cheap. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll catch you in 2 weeks for a 100th episode special. As always, be kind to yourself in these trying times. Be kind to everyone. That's us signing out. Bye.
Bye.